Well, hello my crafty friends, I'm Lesley and thank you so much for checking out my little video at Crafty Cards with Lesley. Well, another new stamp and die set bundle to play with. Today I'm using the Garden Meadow set from Stampin' Up. So let's get started and I'll show you what I've made so far with this set, and then let's make a card. So this is the card we're going to be making today, and I really like this one. I like the soft colors. It's a very easy one to color in too. It's just three colors that I've used. The I should tell you the colors. There's Smokey Slate, the Highland Heather, and Old Olive. So really easy coloring. So I'll show you the cards that I've made with this set. First of all, this is the set, the Garden Meadow set. It comes with a whole pile of different stamps and then matching dies, and also this die, which I really like, which I have on my wall right here. I keep a lot of them on my magnetic wall, and then I'll keep a die inside the set just so I know I do have the die that goes with this. So I'll pop that back on my wall. So, comes with all different grasses and edges and gates and boots and all kinds of interesting things, and I'm sure this is just endless, the amount of different cards we can come up with this one set. But I have made a few. I think I've made 4 so far. So this is the one obviously we're going to be making today, but I'll show you the other ones. So the first one that I made was this one, and I think this is very sweet, and I love this paper. It's different, very nice sort of country scenes, and so there's looks like constable paintings almost. So there's nice colorful scenes on one side, and then on the others fairly plain, just sort of ink smooshing, I would call it, on the back. So that's quite a versatile pack. So as you can see, there's lots of different tranquil scenes, country scenes. So yes, go check that one out. And that one's Meandering Meadows, the 6x6 paper pack. Lots of nice colors in that one. So that's sort of what inspired me to do this card. And I used this stamp from the set to make the little gates. They don't quite close, but that's okay. Now what I did with this one, because you're stamping on white cards, well, I stamped on white cardstock, I didn't want the white showing through each slat, so I just colored it in as though it was the background that you were seeing. So I colored it in green, and basically the same for the little flowers as well. I didn't want the white to sort of contrast the background, so I thought it was better just to sort of blend it in. So that's what I did with that one. And then the back side of this is the green. So after the 6x6, of course, I had some leftover paper and I didn't want to waste it, so I cut it into 1-inch squares and then just used it for this one. So obviously there's a bit in the middle is missing on the green, but that's okay because you can't see it. So yeah, I thought that was quite a nice sweet card with the leftover paper. And then this one I really like, and I'm going to make a few more of these ones in different colors, but this is using the boot stamp obviously, but I didn't use the die on this one because I didn't want the white edge again on that. But I just used the same color that I was coloring. I got corresponding or very close corresponding ink, and just lightly used a blending brush and then just added the ink to behind the boot, and of course little boots on the envelope. And then I used the Stickles. Let me just grab that. And yeah, I've used this before on different cards. You've probably seen some of the other videos, and it's really nice for adding, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but it's really nice for adding little details like the little snaps on the side of the boots. Just gives it a little bling. And this stamp set, obviously it doesn't come with that set, but it's an old one by Close to My Heart, and it's called When It Rains. And I used, yeah, this one here, When Life Gives You Rain. Wear cute boots and go for a walk. I thought that was really cute. And so this is just one stamp, but I did a little bit of surgery on it, just cut it in half because I wanted it on tops and bottoms. Now you can mask them off, but I find there's enough room on a stamp like this to actually cut quite easily between the two lines, and yeah, it worked, and it fits back together. I don't feel like I've damaged my stamps doing that, and if you can get more use out of your stamps, why not? So those are the ones that I've done so far. And then this one, which is definitely my favorite, this is why I'm going to mass produce them. I've got a whole pile already cut out and colored, but I'll show you a really easy way to actually die cut them. So what I've done on this one here, I've picked out my, whoops, I've picked out already and stamped the images that I want to use for this card. So what I did was, let me just get rid of the dies. I took a piece of cardstock that I'd already cut. You can see I've cut everything out of this already. So, and then I just used a little bit of two-sided adhesive tape just to anchor it down. So then, this way, I find you just get a perfect cut, so you get equal distance all the way around. So I'll just show you, it's quite a quick way to do it. You can pick all of these things up. Now let me move these so you can see. So you're in camera view, hopefully that's okay. So what you want to do is just drop these down, and it just leaves a little, well, obviously two different heights of paper here. It just drops straight down into that slot, and then you can take, I'm just using washi tape, you can use that or masking tape. You can find the end, and then just anchor it down to your paper. Just make sure it doesn't wiggle around there. And then same with this one. So just drop it right in there. Whoops. You can feel when it just clicks in. There we go. And I moved it again. Yeah, that's good. I like this the gardening fork and the little trowel there. They're very cute. And all you've got to do there is just colour the handle on that one. Very, very quick. Very quick colouring. And there's the other little one. Make sure you don't have any wiggle room in there. And then you can just tape that down. There we go. And I've got my die cut machine right here, so I'm just going to run it through. And hopefully, oh, after saying that, it shifted. Oh, no, it's good. Okay, sorry if it wiggles around. Keep moving my craft room around to see what's going to be a little bit more functional. So now I've got my die cutting machine on my work table, so it's very handy, but sometimes it gets in the way. So you can see it's just very, very easy to do. And once you've got a template like this set up, if you stamp on your stamping platform, then all the stamps are in the same place each time. So it's really, really easy to mass produce these. Okay. And I just reuse my washi tape. I just stick it on the side of my table, and then I can use it again next time. Just leave all of those and put them away next time. So I'm not going to colour all of this in. Don't think you particularly need to watch all of that, but I will just give you a few little hints on how to colour. And as I said, very, very easy colouring. I'm certainly not a colourist, but these pens definitely make it very easy. So do the little watering can, and it's one end is sort of a bullet tip and the other end is a brush tip. So I'm going to start with the dark side first. So one is dark and one is light, and you just want to do little flick motions, although probably everybody's got their own way of doing it. Just make sure I'm in camera. Yeah. I'm going to do the center there because it's supposedly inside of a can, you'd think it's going to be a little bit darker. And I find underneath at the bottom of an image, it tends to be a little bit darker. So I'm just adding a little bit of darkness to that side. And then I'm going to go with the light one. And these do blend very, very easily. So I'm going to first of all flick it in from the right hand side and then back across. Now I'm not doing making straight lines. I'm trying to get a little bit of a curve in it just to show the curve of the watering can. And then just a light brush on the top. And then with this one, I just put a lilac line. I thought I'd just keep it all very monochromatic. It's only really the Highland Heather and then the grey. So that's as easy as it is to colour in. So I'll do everything else off camera, and I've got a whole pile already done. So let's just go and put this one together. Try and be a quick little video today. So I'll put this here so you can see. And so I did the little envelope to match on this one too. Let's see, I don't think you can see that. Okay. And I do really like this. I think this is super. It's you could do this arch with so many different things. So I'm going to do the sentiment and the color in. With this one, I just put a little bit of the wisteria, or the lavender lace. It's very similar to the Close to My Heart wisteria, but just a little bit behind the sentiment. So I'll go ahead and do that first. And so we just need a little bit, and just a very light hand at first, and then you can go a little bit heavier handed when you make sure you don't want to get blotches on your card. Very light. So you can see, hopefully you can see, it's just a little shadow. And I think that's probably all we need. These little things, you probably see me use them before, but they're actually, you just get them at the grocery store, and they're just for, I've got a little bit of arthritis in my hands, and I find that trying to open jars is a bit of an issue, but these work really well. But they also serve as a double. I've got a set in my kitchen and then a set up here, and they're great for ink pads so they don't slip when you're putting your blending brushes on. If not, they sort of slide all over the place. Anyway, back to this. Let me get my stamping platform. And now let's get the set. And little magnets. Just have to see if I can get replacement magnets for them. I find they've got a little bit of masking tape on here, which is very well used, but I find when it was just the actual magnets, they're very difficult to pick up, but this makes it a little easier. But this one just snapped in half. Never seen a magnet break before, but oh well. Trust me, it did. Okay, let's have a look to see what we want on this one. Yeah, I quite like that one. Can't imagine having a better friend. I think that is so sweet. And then in the center of inside the card, you could put happy birthday or get well or whatever, you know, whatever reason you're sending the card for. So let's just pop that down there. And I'm going to use my Memento ink, the Tuxedo Black. I'll just pick it up. And I do like this because it's got little grid lines on, and you can make sure you're getting it straight. Okay, so just tap, tap. And hopefully, yeah, that's pretty good. I think we've got it covered. Okay, I'll just pop a little piece of paper on there and clean it off in a minute. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll put this, these are, sorry, I didn't tell you the measurements, a 4.25 by 5.5, and then this one is just a little bit smaller, 4 by 5.25. So it just gives that little border around the edge. Very clean and simple card, this one. So this one I'm going to, the little mat on the top here, I'm going to just stick right down to the card base, and just take two-sided adhesive tape. You can use glue or whatever your adhesive of choice is. It will work just fine. Okay, so then this one here we're going to pop up on with foam tape. And I'll use the big ones here to stick it all down. These are the dimensionals. I really like the shape of these, and I like the thickness of them too. Not too thick. And I'll just put one more in the middle there. And, whoops, a little gem attached to my X-Acto knife. Okay, just pop the tops off there. I think we've got them all. Yeah. Oops. Okay, so we'll try and center that one. That's fairly good. Okay, so let us do the wheelbarrow. So, as I said, it's all colored in. Easy. We'll just pop that one there, and I'm going to use dimensionals on this one as well. I'm going to actually put it down here so I can see the image. A bit difficult when it's on the white. Okay, I think that should be okay. I don't like to use too many, make it too thick if it's going to go through the mail. But it is nice to give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, let's bring this one back up here so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm trying to achieve. There we go. Move that out of the way before it finishes up on the floor. Okay, so round about there. Doesn't have to be on the exact same place on every card. That one's a little bit lower, but that's okay. So we need our little watering can. And with this one, I'm going to bump it with 2 dimensionals just to give it a little bit more height. And we only need one, well, double, but one double on the back. And so that's just going to go off, just slightly down. So it's overlapping a little bit. And then we're going to take our trowel and fork. Let's find a little trowel here. And all I've done with this one is I stick them together first. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on the back of here. And just overlay it like that. So that's going to go there. So we need a little bit of tape on this one, but then I'm going to use a mini dimensional on this one down here. And this works well if you don't have fingernails. Okay, I'm just going to snip that just a little bit. If I can find my scissors. Where did they go? Oh, I'll use these ones. There we go. Just snip that little bit off. There's just a little bit sticking out there. So that just wants to go down just like that. And then I'm just going to take some gems. And I added 3 here, and I think I'll probably do the same on this one. So I'll go for the same. If it works once, it'll work the second time. And then I'll put one just there. Okay, so, oh, one more thing I forgot to do. I thought we'd finish, but no, got to add a little bit more bling. I put a little bit of bling, the Stickles, just on the inside of the flowers. So let's go ahead and just do that. See if it get some paper and just make sure it's coming through. Yeah, now you just want to touch it. You don't want to have too much, just a tiny little touch. There's a very fine line about how much to squeeze. Squeeze it too hard, it's going to come. Now there we go. Just want to little touch. I know if I squeeze it too hard, I'm just going to get it covered. I don't want that. I can feel there's some stuck in there, and if I give it too much of a squeeze. So slow and steady wins the day. Just going to give it a little poke. I think it's just, something's just stuck down there. Give it another little squeeze here. Yeah, there's something just stuck down there. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I've got a needle. Let me get this. As you can see, this needle here is well and truly used. I use it for all kinds of little glue bits that get stuck. I use the same one all the time, so it's I always keep it separate. I don't want to start trying to sew with that. That would be disastrous. Okay, so hopefully this works this time. I can already see it flowing a little. That's better. Now that's how easy it is to put these on. Let's go over where I started to add a little bit more. Okay, so I think now that card is done. I'll just bring back the other ones so you can see them. And let's just pop this over the top because that's the same. So I'm sure everybody can come up with a million and one ideas of what to do with this stamp set. It's really is a beautiful set, and I can't wait to make more cards with this one. I'll list everything that I use below that I used to make this card. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon, and happy crafting. Bye bye.